Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'll be doing a how-to on to do a mohawk. It's going to be a thicker mohawk. Sometimes they have different mohawks as people want them skinnier, but I'm going to show you this one. It's a bald fade. He likes the back thicker. I'm not going to touch the top. Now you see here that I have already started my guideline. How I start my guideline is I start from the peak of the V, and I etch out my V. I go to the front of the head and I start at the temple or wherever I want to start. I like to give him a medium bald fade, so I'll start about midway in between where his box is. And when I mean box, I mean from the tip of his, where I'm going to do the edge, to the bottom where it's naturally. I'll probably start about halfway through there. Now you always want to follow your guideline. Here I did the half moon. If you don't know what the half moon is, it's pretty much like a half circle. Now from the half circle, you need to follow that guideline precisely the whole time. That's going to give you that mohawk shape that you want. Now you see here I'm following with a curve. I'm using a lot of my corner to get that nice roundness to this haircut. You see here that I'm using my wall 5-star magic clips, and I'm starting my guideline, my soft guideline, with about 1 inch. A soft guideline is going to make it a lot easier when you go up into your next clip, as if I'm doing right here at the half. I'm doing the same thing. I'm making myself a soft guideline. That's going to make it a lot easier on myself, yourself, and anybody cutting hair to get that next line out, because you're not making a harsh, hard line as they call it. Now all you have to do is go in there with the clipper closed, and you'll be able to flick out where you made that line from the previous guideline. As you go up in clips, you're going to go down with the size of your guideline. And what I mean by that is when I first started my first guideline with the clipper open or a half on the wall, it's about 1 inch. Now the half guard on the wall, I will be doing about 1/2 inch. Now when I go up to the 1, I'll be doing about 1/4, and another 1/4 up from the 1.5 guard. And from the 2 up to where I'm going to be doing the scissors, I'm pretty much just going to be giving myself another soft guideline where I'm going to be flicking up and I'm going to be pulling off of the head, and that's going to allow me to give my client a nice soft textured with the bulk on the side mohawk. Now as you see here, I pull out my babeless wireless clippers. And if you watch my previous review on those, these are one of my go-to clippers about 85 to 90% of the time. Now for certain textured haircuts, I'll use a different clipper. Now for his hair, I prefer the magic clipper, a magic 5 stars magic clips, because they give me a closer haircut. They're closer than these do. Now how that's going to help me with this exact haircut here is because with the magic clips, it gets really close to bald. With these, I would say clippers close is going to give me about 1/4 to 1/2, and what that allows me to do is go in between where the magic clip didn't get with these and allow me to flick out that excess hair and give them a nice soft butter blend. Now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to be cleaning up. I'm not going to go and do the whole fade again. I'm just going to check and I'm going to see where I believe needs to be cleaned up. You can stretch the skin out. That's going to take your hair fibers and it's going to stretch them out. It's going to allow you to get in there and dig a little more, and it's going to stretch your fade out at that point and allow you to get that line out if you need to. One thing I would always suggest is constantly be brushing or combing the hair. That is very key to a consistent fade. You want to make sure you're doing a fade on a clean head, and when I mean clean, I mean you don't have any excess hair that you're wasting time cutting, because from there, like I said, just a waste of time. You're cutting hair that's not supposed to be on there. Brush your client off, constantly brushing his hair, get the hair from behind his neck in his cape. It's annoying. You know, invest in an air compressor. Those things are very key. Now here I'm using the True Barber Velcro. Somebody asked me last video what they were. It holds the hair up nice. I haven't had an issue with them falling down. I mean, from me touching them, yeah, but falling down by themselves, these things actually work pretty good. You want to make sure that you keep the hairline as natural as possible. His hairline here, he gets a nice sharp hairline just from being pretty natural. I don't have to go in too much. His hair doesn't grow onto his forehead where I have to push it back, or any defaults in his hairline where I would have to do too much adjustments. Now here I'm just going in. I checked my mirror and I seen that there was a line or two that needed to go clean up, and I will go back again later. I'm constantly rechecking my work, and make sure that you take a step back every once in a while. Check that mirror, take a step back a couple feet, check it from how somebody else would see it. Sometimes our eyes get too focused on the haircut, we don't see lines, our eyes get distorted, our eyes naturally just get tired from doing the same thing constantly. Sometimes you need to take a step back and just see what other people are seeing. Somebody always told me the mirror is what everybody else is going to see. What you see doesn't matter. My client here, he requested for me to dry shave him. Some people don't mind it. I use both dry shave, and I will use either a shave gel or shave cream or a shave oil. I like the exotic shave oil. I like the red one shave gel, and the Gillette has the nice foamy one that you could use for the hot towel shave. Now, varying upon how you like to use your steps and while you're cutting hair, I like to use a razor and then go on with the scissors. That way right after I can do what I have to do as far as styling the hair. Now here I'll be executing the scissor over comb technique, and you see I'm using the smaller side, the tapered side of the comb that's allowing me to get the smaller hairs and blend them into the longer hairs. Now I flip my comb over where I'll be able to get the longer hairs and blend it in from that nape area where I put that 2 at to where I will be blending in the top, the middle of his mohawk. He doesn't want any cut off the top, so I'm simply just blending it in. Make sure you're constantly combing the hair. Like I said, besides the cleanliness part, you need to be able to see how the hair naturally falls for you to be able to cut it. There's different techniques when cutting the top of the hair. This is one of my favorite. You could also use a clipper over comb. You could use your fingers when blending in from that area to the clip to the top of his hair. You see here, I'm just going back over my work, double checking it. If I see a line or two, I'm gonna be going in, and like I said, I'm not gonna be going redo the whole fade. I'm gonna take the corner of my blade and just go in there and flick out what I think needs to be tightened up a little bit. Now me, I style every one of my clients no matter what. Unless they really request that they do not want gel, I'll style them up really without asking. I figure, hey, what's the worst that could happen is I waste product. At least they walk out of here feeling like a new man or female, and you know, that's my name on his head right there. He walks out, as soon as he walks out, next door we have a Chinese restaurant. Somebody could ask him, hey man, where'd you get your hair cut? That's your name on his hair. So to me, it's not about wasting product, it's about marketing myself, marketing my brand, marketing my haircuts. And to me, my favorite part of the haircut is the finished product, like always. Now I'm constantly, like I said, double checking my work. When you put the gel in, you could also see how it's gonna style, how he likes to style it, and how it looks styled. So I'm always styling, like I said, blow dryer, hairspray, pomade. And this is the best part of the fade, is what it does to his face. That smile does it all right there. You leave out of here feeling like a new man with a ton of confidence. Now please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Nino Cuts Up, holla at me on Facebook. I appreciate all the love. Thank you.